I'd like to call to order the September 15th, 2015 meeting of the regular meeting of the Bowling Green Board of Commissioners. I invite you to stand as Commissioner Williams leads us in the invocation and then the Pledge of Allegiance.
Bow with me, please. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the many blessings of life. We thank you for blessing and keeping each and every member of our community. We'd ask that you be with us now as we consider the city's business and help us to deal with it in a way that's pleasing unto thee. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Denning.
Here.
Commissioner Hill.
Here.
Commissioner Perigin.
Here.
Commissioner Williams.
Here.
Mayor Wilkerson.
Here. Under awards and recognitions tonight, we're deviating just a little bit. Had the opportunity to make a proclamation this morning for the Lifelong Learning Society, and I messed it up terribly. So we're going to do it again, rewrote it, and Commissioner Perigin is going to take care of the problem, make sure it's done right this time.
He did not mess it up terribly. He did. So there's, I'm so apologetic. This is all new for us. There are 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 paragraphs. So I'm going to read the first couple, and we'll pass it down. We'll let everybody sort of read a part of this, so we can all be a part of this really, really special program. And then we're going to ask Dr. Linda Vitale to come up here, and we're going to present this to her. She's the chairman of the board of the new Society for Lifelong Learning. I'm going to beginning with our proclamation, City of Bowling Green and County of Warren, Lifelong Learning Week, September 13th to the 19th, 2015. Whereas lifelong learning is the ongoing, voluntary, and self-motivated pursuit of knowledge, either for personal or for professional reasons, and is not confined to a stage of life or a classroom, but takes place throughout the life and in a range of situations. And whereas each citizen aged 50 or older could have enhanced quality of life by the pursuit of lifelong learning. And
whereas lifelong learning enhances the physical, mental, and emotional lives of all people, as staying engaged within a community through intellectual and social interaction offers citizens improved quality of life, and whereas by facilitating the intellectual, social, and cultural betterment of mature adults, lifelong learning helps people become and remain positive forces in their families and communities. And
whereas Lifelong Learning Week will help raise awareness for the benefits of lifelong learning and encourage exploration of lifelong learning opportunities available to the citizens of Bowling Green and Warren County.
Now, therefore, we, the Bowling Green Board of Commissioners and Warren County Fiscal Court, do hereby proclaim September 13th through 19th as Lifelong Learning Week in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And we urge all citizens throughout the community to acknowledge the importance of lifelong learning in our community of Bowling Green and surrounding counties. Signed, Mayor Bruce Wilkerson and Judge Executive Mike Buchanan. Dr. Vitale?
I was asked to share a little bit this evening. Lifelong Learning, the Society of Lifelong Learning happens to be within the portfolio of career and professional development, of which I'm an employee at Western Kentucky University. So the Society of Lifelong Learning is an organization of members dedicated to learning through high-quality, intellectually stimulated, non-credit lectures, luncheons, travel and educational programs and experiences for those in South Central Kentucky age 50 and over who join to enhance their sense of being a part of a learning community. So that sums up what the Society of Lifelong Learning is, and it's a membership-driven organization that if you need to know more about it, I'm sure Dr. Vitale would love. And she's also got some of these brochures out there. Okay?
so much, and thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Commissioners, appreciate your support.
Got it.
All right, are there any other awards and recognitions this evening? Mr. DeFebo, we have comments tonight.
Yes, I do, Mayor. Thank you very much. First order of business, we're going to need to pull item 11. It's not fully been vetted by staff. There's a new issue that come up today. We need to properly vet that, so I ask you to pull that off, and there'll be a need for an executive session. Kate will read the reasons.
Pursuant to KRS 61-810C for discussions on proposed or pending litigation against or on behalf of the city, and KRS 61-810F, discussions which might lead to the appointment of an individual employee without restricting that employee's right to a public hearing if requested, this exception shall not be interpreted to permit discussions of general personnel matters in secret.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Williams. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes.
Mayor, one more item. Tonight with us is a gentleman named Brad Shirk from M3 Technologies, the people that have installed this wonderful sound and camera system. So he's here tonight to do some quality assurance.
Quality assurance and tweaking on my particular microphone. Thank you. Appreciate your being here. Any other comments? All right, approval of minutes for the regular meeting on September 1st, 2015.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Williams. Any discussion or corrections? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. In our regular meetings, we provide an opportunity for public comment. If someone has an issue on their mind they need to bring the public's attention, this is the opportunity for that. Seeing no one step forward, we'll go to the second reading of ordinance BG 2015-28.
Ordinance annexing property by consent. Ordinance annexing 0.99 acre of property located at 5609 Scottsville Road with property presently owned by trustees of Broadway United Methodist Church Incorporated and said territory being contiguous to existing city limits.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Williams. This is a second reading and of a consensual annexation. Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Second reading of ordinance BG 2015-29.
Ordinance amending Code of Ordinances. Ordinance amending Chapter 17, Personnel Policies of the City of Bowling Green Code of Ordinances to create a new subchapter relating to a Workforce Recruitment and Outreach Committee.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Perigin. This is a second reading of the ordinance creating the committee. We discussed it last week, and we'll be addressing it again shortly, a little later in the meeting for appointments. Any other discussion or comments? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Second reading of BG 2015-30.
Ordinance approving amended interlocal cooperation agreement. Ordinance approving amended interlocal cooperation agreement with Warren County and Warren County Downtown Economic Development Authority Incorporated relating to the WKU Gateway to Downtown Bowling Green Development Area Tax Increment Financing District, Block 6 RAP.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Williams. This is a second reading. I don't know if there's any other discussion, but there are a couple other documents that will follow this, as I understand.
At least.
At least. Any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Second reading of ordinance BG 2015-31.
Ordinance relating to property tax rates. Ordinance setting 2015 property tax rates, franchise tax rates, and improvement assessment rates, and setting forth guidelines for payment, penalty, and interest.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Denning. This is second reading of keeping the tax rates the same. There's no change in those. And I think we're all happy about that. Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-163.
Municipal order approving the promotion of April N. Cosby to the position of Chief Accountant in the Finance Department.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Williams. Mr. DeFebo.
Thank you, Mayor. As the commission knows, we've been effectuating a reorganization in our finance department. We're here tonight with what is probably the final part of that reorganization, the promotion to the position of chief accountant. I would ask Aaron Ballou in place of Jeff Meisel to come forward and put before you the name for the promotion. Aaron?
Welcome.
Good afternoon. With the recent promotion to the chief accountant, that position was vacated a few weeks ago. Since that time, we've held interviews with 2 internal candidates that were qualified and met the minimum qualifications. Based on those interviews and based on a review of the resumes and the experience, we would like to recommend April Cosby to fill the position of chief accountant. April's been a member of the finance department since 2007, and she's been the city's senior accountant in payroll since 2008, for about 7 years. She has met all the minimum qualifications, and she has the experience we need for the position, and she can have an immediate impact in the role. So based on her qualifications and her experience, we would like to recommend April Cosby as the chief accountant.
Thank you. And April is here tonight, so this is our opportunity to put her on the spot so the camera can see her. Thank you for standing here. Congratulations. Okay, so when we clap, we're going to get feedback, right? Yes. Are there any comments or discussion? We're excited for you, April. Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes, thank you. First reading of ordinance BG 2015-32.
Ordinance relating to classification pay schedule. Ordinance amending the classification pay schedule G for general classified employees of the City of Bowling Green for fiscal year 2016.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Williams. Mr. Febo.
Thank you, Mayor. One of the things we always strive for is to have the right people in the right positions doing the right things to help us run this organization. We're here tonight to ask you to help retool our Human Resources Department to reflect an emerging need we have in that department. We're here to create the position of Human Resources Coordinator into a higher, more responsible role, and to downgrade the Human Resources Specialist. Mike Grubbs is here if you would like to vet more questions about how we're doing this and why we're doing this. Also, the mayor is a sponsor of this particular ordinance, and he may want to add comments.
Any comments or questions? I think you explained it pretty well. Any other discussion? Please, I'm sorry.
I do have a question. Can you explain, Mike, why we are adding this position, please?
Based on the request of information we've had from the Department of Justice, it's pretty obvious that there are additional records that we've not traditionally been maintaining. We probably should. The focus of this new workforce recruitment committee is going to lead us into a lot more personal contact with candidates than we have now. We're looking at the possibility down the road of taking applications for police officer and firefighter continually, whereas our process has been we advertise a couple of times a year for police, once every 18 months for fire. And we can manage a couple of hundred applicants all at once because we can tell them ahead of time, here's when we're testing, here's when the next step is. If we're going to be individually contacting candidates, doing a lot more in-person follow-up, that obviously takes a lot more individual time, particularly as we're trying to work on the proportionality issues. Honestly, Tiger is pretty overworked in her current job, and we had an administrative assistant position in the past and chose not to fill it when we had budget problems. We did make a part-time position full-time, so I'm not going to stand here and tell you I'm down a full-time position, but I am down the equivalent of a part-time position. So this is to bring us up back past where we were a few years ago. But I do believe that if we're going to really accomplish the things we need to accomplish, we're going to have a lot more specific, individualized contact with candidates that we don't have now, and a lot of that will be Tiger's responsibility. We don't sit in on all firefighter interviews. I've tried to help with that in the past. That's something obviously we'll want to do. So there's a number of reasons, but primarily is the workload.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Benning.
Yes.
Hill.
No.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-164.
Municipal order approving the appointment of Virginia Siegel to the Bowling Green, Warren County Historic Preservation Board.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Williams. This is an appointment to the Historic Preservation Board, replacing Greg Gay, who moved to Planning and Zoning. Ms. Siegel is in the Folklore Department at WKU and holds a degree in Historic Architecture, so she should be a good addition to that. Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Benning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-165.
Municipal order approving the appointments of Jeff Meisel and Melinda Hill to serve on the Warren County Downtown Economic Development Authority, Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Perigin, second by Denning. These are appointments that the county will make on our behalf, our recommendations to them, and want to thank Mr. Kelly, John Kelly, and Patsy Sloan for their long service, and their terms are expiring, so we're going to put a commissioner and a staff member on the board this time. Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Benning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-166.
Municipal order approving the appointments of Fabian Alvarez, Vicky Elrod, Chuck Glass, Carradine Harrison, Huda Melke, Rick Starks, and Alice Gatewood Waddell to the Workforce Recruitment and Outreach Committee.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Denning. Mr. DeFebo.
Thank you, Mayor. As was mentioned earlier, we put together a local committee of dedicated and passionate people to help us accomplish the goal of proportionality among our workforce. We thought it was important to ask our community to give us input to essentially achieve this goal. There was a public notification by the commission that they wanted applicants, and applicants were sent to the mayor. The mayor vetted those with the help of some commission input, and we're here tonight to recommend these particular individuals that the mayor might want to add, why they were added to the committee. It's important to note that that we will have our first meeting on Thursday of September 24th. Here at NCS, and Mr. Denning will be serving as the liaison between this committee and the Board of Commissioners. Mayor, it's your sponsorship. Do you want to add anything?
Just want to thank everyone who expressed an interest in those names that were referred to us. I passed these names around to the rest of the commission. They made some recommendations too, and I think we have a really good, I take that back. I think we have a really outstanding group of people here who are willing to help us in our recruitment and outreach, and we look forward to their input, and we intend to take their recommendations very seriously. So I want to thank each of them for their willingness to serve and for the commission on helping put this together. So, any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Benning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-167.
Municipal order approving the appointment of Dan Rudloff to the City of Bowling Green Board of Ethics.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Williams. This is, I guess, kind of a reappointment. Dan was serving the city on the Board of Ethics until such time as he was elected to fiscal court and had to step away, and now that he's no longer in there, he expressed an interest to return, so we're happy to accommodate that and appreciate his interest in that group. Are there any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Benning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-169.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2016-05 for the purchase of a specialized sign truck for the Public Works Department from Gilly Hyde Auto Group of Glasgow, Kentucky, in the amount of $101,526.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Perigin. Mr. DeFebo.
In a city of about 60,000 and probably over 100,000 daily visitors, we have 10,000 road signs in our community. And each one of those present a challenge when they're knocked down, stolen, or become old. We've needed for some time a specialized vehicle that enables our staff to replace or repair one of those 10,000 signs. If you look in your packet, you'll see the type of vehicle we're going to be providing. No longer will we have an employee on a stepladder trying to keep his balance and hold up a sign. They'll be able to use this piece of equipment to replace the sign safely, as well as do numerous other tasks in Public Works. We had 5 bidders. The bidders were able to either to bid on the truck, the apparatus that it goes on the truck, or both. Gilly Hyde was the apparent and low bidder on both parts. Jeff Lashley is here if you have any questions about this particular unique apparatus.
Questions or comments?
The only question that I've got is that I noticed in the bidding, the low bid is for a Ford F-450. 2 other bidders bid a 4x4 Super Cab. Did the bid requirements go out for the 4x4 Super Cab? And are we getting the same truck? Are we getting what we wanted?
Jeff Lashley, Public Works Director.
Commissioner Williams, I don't have the specs in front of me. Our fleet did go through and review these bids, and they're making this recommendation. So my assumption would have to be that is the case. Sorry, I just do not have that information with me.
I don't know the differences between a Super Cab. What is that, four?
It'd be an extended cab, and then whether or not the 4-wheel drive was required. When you got 2 bidders that bid 4-wheel drive and one that obviously didn't, if we needed 4-wheel drive, I'm just not sure.
I wish I had a better answer.
But it has been reviewed by our fleet division, and they're okay with this vehicle.
Yes, sir.
But if you all want to put it in abeyance to answer Rick's question, we don't have a problem with that either.
Like to decide to the end of the meeting, are the specs over in your office?
They're down at Fleet. No, I don't have them. They would be in the procurement office and at Fleet. But again, if you want to table this, let us review that.
I think we'd be better off doing that, because I would hate, especially since one of them's local, to come back and, they definitely did the 4-wheel drive.
If they were bidding a 4-wheel drive against a rear-wheel drive vehicle, then the bidding isn't really fair.
Yeah.
I'd just like to make sure that we're being fair on the bid.
And I agree with you. We do want to be fair. I just don't have that information.
Why don't we table it? Is that okay? We want to do the right thing. Is that coming across okay? Okay.
I'm going to move that we table this item to the next meeting.
Second.
Motion to table by Williams, second by Hill. There's no discussion on a motion to table. Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. We'll address that at the next meeting. Municipal Order 2015-170.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2016-04 for fiscal year 2016 sidewalk reconstruction from Scott and Murphy Incorporated of Bowling Green, Kentucky, in the amount of $196,127.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Denning. Mr. DeFebo.
This item represents the type of project that I think we are all proud to do. A private citizen, had a complaint in the subdivision. Jeff Lashley and his staff worked tenaciously with the mayor and me and to try to bring this to a conclusion. We involved a partnership with the Warren County School District, and we're here tonight to provide a cost-effective solution to a drainage problem in a neighborhood. I think this is why they sent us here, and so we recommend your approval. Scott and Ritter was a low bidder, and the price came in very good. Jeff Lashley, hopefully is still here, if you have any questions.
We'll probably discuss that one on the next item. We'll talk this time about the sidewalk bid.
Oh,
They're both Scott and somebody, so I know that kind of probably confused you. there.
forgive
So
me,
this-
I'm
this
getting
is
a
the
little old.
sidewalk.
Todd Murphy,
We're-
13.
So
Sorry
thank you for
about-
that explanation.
But it
That
was
a
pretty
great one
good, though,
for the
right?
next one, Yeah.
We can vote on that one now if you want.
Okay.
Never mind.
Back to the sidewalks.
Oh, sidewalks, yes. As the commission knows, we do two kinds of sidewalk repairs. One is that we replace defective existing sidewalks. That's what we're doing tonight. And the other is we build new sidewalks. We're here tonight to look at three different bids. Scott and Murphy was the low bidder to repair 2,300 feet of linear sidewalks on 2nd, 3rd, College, and Park Street. Jeff Lashley is here in case I screwed this one up also.
Comments or questions on the sidewalk project? Was competitive bid process, there's only, what, $500 between the
Yes,
two bids?
that's, we like
Two low
that.
bids.
That was really, there was no money left on the table.
Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-171.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2016-03 for Crossridge Court drainage improvements from Scott and Ritter Incorporated of Bowling Green, Kentucky, in the amount of $26,118.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Perigin.
All those neat things I said before now apply. We are very proud of this type of project. I think it brings out the best in what the city does. We're here to help people. Jeff Lashley and Melissa work tirelessly to effectuate a solution when we easily could have said it's not ours or it was too hard, and they involved the school district to help correct a drainage problem in Crossword Court. Mary, you want to add anything? You were involved.
Appreciate you taking a look. This is a neighborhood problem that ended up in the last guy down the hill, so thank you for taking a look at it, and thank you to the Voglers for helping out with this as well. Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-172.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting negotiations after sealed bidding for bid number 2016-08 for the on-site Health and Wellness Center project from Carter Douglas Company of Russellville, Kentucky, in the amount of $164,800.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Williams. Mr. DeFebo.
One of our flagship goals this year was to install an on-site health and wellness center for our employees. As you know, we selected a vendor to provide the doctor and the services. We're in the current process of trying to come up with a name of the center. We've had some interesting responses. We're here tonight, interesting as in good and in interesting. We're here tonight to hopefully have you accept the bid from Carter Douglas to build the on-site center over at the annex where it used to be at Codes Department, and they moved up to NCS. We started off with a bid that was close to $200,000. It was way beyond our ability to pay. So Jeff and our purchasing staff used the ability to do negotiations with the two bidder. Carter Douglas come out of that process and agreed to reduce their price and the work scope to $164. We didn't stop at that. Jeff Lashley went out to Brent Belcher in the Park and Rec Department, and they are going to provide the electrical work on the project, saving us another $35,000. And Jeff's people are going to do the demolition. So we should be down into about the $130,000 range, which, again, is another testament to our staff and their ability to work together. Jeff is here if you have any question. Michael Grubbs, who handles our health, is also here.
What was the negotiated process of the other two bidders?
These are the negotiated prices, the $164,800 from Carter Douglas and $193,938. They were, prior to that, they were, Katie was at 240, but the 240 area prior
Your
to.
package shows both
I
of
got
those.
it.
We negotiated with the two that were the responsive bidders. I think there was a third that we did not negotiate with because they were not responsible in their bid.
Went through, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Any other comments or questions? We're debating whether to call it not Obamacare, but Kevin Care and Kevin's Corner Care Clinic.
No, there's some cool names out there, and there's one that probably win the day, and it'll be a nice tribute. So,
Looking forward to those choices. Any other comments? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes.
although Kevin Care does have a little ring to it, I didn't know that. Okay, I kind of like that.
Municipal Order 2015-173.
Municipal order approving a job development incentive program employee withholdings credit agreement with TMS Automotive LLC.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Perigin. Mr. Febo.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. One of the great things we do is incent businesses who want to come into our community and create jobs. Out at the Transpark, there's a new business, not so new, but new to Transpark that's expanding. TMS Automotive is going to be adding 38 jobs. They have applied for the incentive through the city. That incentive provides them for a 10-year period, 1% of our occupation tax. They will be able to realize over a 10-year period a good bit of savings from that 1% on their occupation tax. We still win because we get 0.85 of our occupation tax, then at the end of 10 years, get all the occupation tax as well as a vibrant new business. We think it's important. We have a local committee. Ms. Hill is the chairperson along with Sue Perigin and myself on that committee. So Melinda or Sue, do you want to add any comments?
Questions? Call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. First reading of ordinance BG 2015-33.
Ordinance closing a public right-of-way. Ordinance approving the closing of a portion of Scottsville Road frontage road from the intersection of Lovers Lane and extending north.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Perigin. Mr. Febo.
Steve is not here, and he normally handles planning commission things, but I think we're all who live in the community know there's something going on at the corner of Lovers Lane and Scottsville Road. It appears that the developer there wants to eliminate part of the frontage road to use it as part of the development. The Planning Commission has approved it, and we're here tonight to ratify their approval. I think your packet's pretty self-explanatory, and I'm not aware of any problems with this issue.
Comments or questions? Call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-174.
Municipal order authorizing the acceptance of a grant from the U.S. Department of Justice, Bureau of Justice Assistance, through the Bulletproof Vest Partnership Program in the amount of $20,504.65.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Williams. Mr. DeFebo.
We're here tonight to accept money from the Department of Justice at a 50% matching level to help us buy, over time, 50 new bulletproof vests for our officers. They'll put in approximately $20,504.65, and we will do the same to buy those new vests. Nick Cook is here if you have any questions.
Comments or questions for Mr. Cook? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-175.
Municipal order authorizing the submission of an application to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for Transportation Alternatives Program funds on behalf of the Greenways Commission of Bowling Green and Warren County in an amount up to $176,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Williams. Mr. DeFebo.
One of our largest and longest parks is the Greenways, and we have adopted a strategy over the last more than a decade to try to complete the greenways throughout the community. We've been using opportunities to complete sections of that. We received a request from the Greenways Commission, Miranda Clements, you can find her letter in your packet, asking us to sponsor an application to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for what is known as TAP funds. These will help us build approximately a fourth more mile of the greenways from Moss Middle School to the Creekwood Drive extension. Total cost is approximately $220,000. We have been asked to provide approximately 20% of that cost, or $44,000, the rest being paid with TAP funds. I think you all agree with us, with staff, that this is a good use of public money, and we support this. Miranda Clemens is here if you have any questions.
Comments or questions?
Has the county been asked to participate, pay part of this as well?
No, they haven't. This is in the city limits, so,
Which is part of Warren County?
yeah. Yeah, no, we haven't. We've just asked the city. The application is coming from the city of Bowling Green.
Is this part of it located inside the city limits? I believe it is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's located within the city
Yeah,
limits.
Moss
It is a
Middle School.
count. It's basically, it's going to be connecting the Moss Middle School to the rest of the Greenway system via
Creekwood.
yeah, Creekwood, and then Russellville Road also. There's a sidewalk there that leads to the Veterans Memorial Greenway. So school children will be able to walk, ride bikes to school.
I think how we generally do it, if it's in the city, we do the match. If it's outside the city, the county does the match.
Is that correct, Miranda?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while since we've had funds come in, so it's,
Yeah, this is,
When will we find out if,
the application is due on September 30th, and then we'll find out in a couple of months.
Okay.
I would imagine.
okay, good
So,
luck.
Yes.
any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-176.
Municipal order approving workforce agreement between the City of Bowling Green and South Central Kentucky Works Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
By Hill, second by Williams. Mr. Pepper.
As the commission and the community knows, we're in a constant search for employees to match our emerging need for workers as new jobs are created in our vibrant community. We're here tonight to add to our efforts to help create more jobs by taking money that we have used for other purposes and repurpose this to the workforce South Central Kentucky Works organization. Might be appropriate if Meredith from the chamber would come and address the vision and the need for these funds.
Robinson, thank you.
Seems everybody's a little punchy this evening. With Skyworks, it was originally chartered by the city of Bowling Green, Warren County, and also the counties of Allen and Simpson, and really to address sort of the workforce opportunity that we have in our region, as we have been very successful in South Central Kentucky, just like the project you approved just a couple items ago. We have a growing need for skilled trade workers in our area. The partnership between Bowling Green and Warren County with the Workforce Coordinator Program has been hugely successful. We've placed over 450 people since that program's inception, and this money will be used to further help with those citizens that need to sort of upgrade their skills to take advantage of the jobs that are coming. We're still tracking almost 1,000 job openings in Warren County alone. So we appreciate your help in helping to fill those jobs. We are also working with the grant writer to identify outside funding sources to really help ramp up our efforts here.
Thank you. Are there any comments or questions for Ms. Meredith?
Is this in addition to dues we possibly would pay? Are we going to be paying twice for some services we should be getting elsewhere?
Taking the money that we had normally submitted for dues to the Barren River Development District and repurposing them for South Central Kentucky Works so that we can continue the workforce effort there. Now, South Central Kentucky Works can work should the new Workforce Investment Board come into being that is in compliance with what
Yes.
would be helpful to the city of Bowling Green and can become the fundraising arm on behalf of that organization. If they would choose to go that route, but I don't know how long it's been going on for so long. We can't wait any longer. We want to make sure.
South
Bowling
Central
is taken
Kentucky
care of.
Works is a 501c3 organization, and so in most areas where they have really high-functioning workforce systems, they have an arm that is a charitable foundation so that they can seek other grant and private sector foundation grants to really ramp up the efforts, because even with the federal money coming to the local areas, it typically should only be about 20% of the effort.
Any other questions or comments? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Due to business reasons, I'm going to abstain from voting on this item.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-177.
Municipal order authorizing the mayor to execute a lease agreement with Click Click LLC to lease Circus Square Park for Bowling Green Bourbon and Brewfest on October 17th, 2015.
So move.
Second.
Hill, second by Williams. Mr. DeFebo.
Thank you, Mayor. In your packet is an application from Click Click, Jim Steen being one of the principals, to put together the first ever Bourbon and Brewfest at Circus Square. If you can see from the application and overview, there was a lot of detail paid to safety and control of alcohol consumption, as well as to allow the good things that a celebration provides. It might be appropriate if Gene could tell you some of the issues that you as the public body would need to determine in approving this if you so choose. Gene?
Okay. A couple of things. Like I said, this Click Click Inc., or Click Click LLC, excuse me, did come through the city's special event permit application process. They have done that. Obviously, since they're proposing to sell alcohol in Circus Square Park, they will need a lease agreement from the city. They will then take that to the state ABC because they have to have that in place to get their temporary license. This one's a little different and unique from most we've done in the past. For example, National Festival and DRA, those are nonprofit entities. Click Click LLC is a for-profit entity, but they are proposing to give a portion of the proceeds to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. I think they're proposing a minimum of 10%, 10% with a minimum donation of $5,000. Since it is a for-profit company donating to a nonprofit, part of this process will require the city, and I think probably through the mayor's approval, with the statement to the state ABC that this is a bona fide community or civic event. The state ABC will require that before they'll approve the temporary license. We did put that in municipal order, that the city commission is declaring it that as well. Again, this is a first time for this event in Bowling Green. Probably I can't answer all the questions, but Jim Steen, one of the sponsors, I guess one of the people involved with Click Click LLC is here. I'm sure he'll be glad to come up to the podium and answer any questions you have. He did tell me a few minutes ago, Louisville has these, Nashville has these, Owensboro has these, and they want to bring these to Bowling, at least this one time, at least to Bowling Green as well.
A couple minutes for a commercial.
Thank you. Basically, we'd like to bring this to Bowling Green as an annual event. It's something that's done around the country and a lot in Kentucky. We expect, maybe around 1,000 people the first year, and we look to have more attendees each event. We want to do good things with it, so we want to bring a community together. We want to bring education to it as well, and we have a lot of things lined out already that we think would be nice for the community.
Food as well.
Yes, we have 3 bands that'll play all day. The event is from noon to 6, with VIP starting at noon. General admission would start at 1. We've got the bands that would play throughout the day, and we've got food trucks, different food trucks lined up that are all from here in Bowling Green. So we've got a security company that's going to have everything locked down as far as that goes. It's a security company that does all the security at Beach Bend, and then we will be fencing off the entire park and have required, one entrance, and then have the required emergency exits and things. So we feel like we have a great deal of control over it, and we want to continue to have that throughout the event and throughout the years.
Question. I noticed you said approximately 1,000 people attending, but with being the first year, you're not sure.
Yes.
On the application, it says 300. Does that make a difference in your mind, Gene?
No, I think as far as they're concerned, I guess the more the better. This will be a charge to go in the door. They're talking about what 21 and over understand. You will pay, from what I understand on the application, you will pay based upon what type of activities you wish to participate in. So our numbers, if I think they just anticipated that when they did their application, but I'm sure he'd prefer to have more than 300 if they show up.
But
when
I
we started
think
the process, we felt like, there would be a limited amount, and then the response that we've gotten over a little bit of advertising and talking throughout the community, it's very promising. So we feel like it'll be more. So didn't mean to be misleading with that.
But the question would be really germane if the Circus Square couldn't hold more than 300. But it can.
Yes.
Because the International Fest is well over 300, and it uses the same footprint of the park that you're going to be using in the same kind of configuration with the gates. So it is a good question, but it's maybe next year when you have 15,000, that could be a problem.
We will certainly check with the fire marshal and see if there's I'm sure there's limitations to that space, so we will adhere to that.
I have a question. Is there an inclement weather plan for this particular event?
We have tents lined out, and basically we have the least amount of rain in Bowling Green, Kentucky in the month of October, statistically back through the early 1900s. And October 17th, there is less than a 1% chance of rain for that particular day back through the early 1900s when they have kept these records. So over the last 80 or 90 years, there's a 0.06 or 0.6% chance of rain. So less than 1%. So we feel like we're pretty good.
Have you considered going into the weather business, meteorologist?
Good to know.
I don't know of anybody that has gone back that many years with that statistical information.
Yes, sir.
Jim, can you mention the donation you're going to make to a charity,
Yes.
please?
there's 4 members of our LLC that we formed. We're all business owners downtown and have other jobs, but we have found a cause that's close to us all. And so we want to guarantee that if we make nothing, we guarantee $5,000 to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And then a minimum of that, and hopefully it does better than that, and we'll give it 10%. 10% of all the money that comes in, all the gross revenue, we'll have 10% of that going to that foundation. So hopefully it's a lot more than 5,000.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for what you do for downtown. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2015-178.
Municipal order accepting and ratifying actions of city officials in executing a grant agreement among the Bowling Green, Warren County Regional Airport Board, the City of Bowling Green, Warren County, and the Federal Aviation Administration to rehabilitate runway 321 and Phase 2 environmental assessment.
So move.
Motion by Hill, second by Denning. Mr. DeFebo.
Katie's explanation in her read tells the story pretty well. The airport board wants to rehabilitate a runway. They have to do an environmental and do some preliminary engineering. They need our money. We provide under federal law 2.5% or about $19,000 of this project. We have the money in the budget. We recommend your approval.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. That's the last item I have on the agenda, unless
No vote.
won't be a vote after we come out of closed session. Just a reminder, our next regular meeting is for October 6th. Will probably be postponed since that's Kentucky League of Cities conference. So we'll meet on October 20th for sure, maybe a special meeting in between then if we need to. Thank you for tuning in.